how much this means to you and how tough even just the last year has been?
Yeah, honestly, not really. I can't really express how like excited and grateful I feel. I think just like one thing on that, and I think everyone here has something in their journey that is hard for them to overcome, and I don't feel like I'm different in that way, but I think that the people around me that are cheering for me every single day and believing in me when I am having a hard time believing in myself is really who I am like the most grateful for right now. I am not here because of myself. I'm here because of all the people that are around me and care about me, and I'm just so grateful for them and excited for this opportunity, and yeah. Thank you.
Hi, Allison. This is a very young team it's shaping up to be. So as somebody who's now, this will be your fourth Olympics, what does that mean to you to be kind of the leader of this group?
Well, thank you for saying that. I'm honored just to be able to represent Team USA again. And I'm excited to meet a lot of these the newest Olympians that I haven't had the chance to be on any teams with or really have seen around the deck. So I know that they're going to do great in Tokyo, and I'm excited to be a part of this team.
Allison, this one's for you too. Obviously you're making a statement with your sweatshirt there. I'm curious if you could tell us a little bit more about that and what's inspiring it.
So the hood of the sweatshirt says "Long Live April." It was made for my cousin's foundation. She committed suicide in May of 2015, and the proceeds all went to her foundation.
What does the hood say?
Long Live April.
Allison, this is for you. I believe you retired a little bit after 2016. Did you ever think in the process, in the lead up to this, well, in 2017 and 2018, that you'd be sitting here as a four-time Olympian?
No, I definitely. When I came back, I had sights and goals, and this is part of the journey. And I mean, I can't put into words what this means. Like I said, to be able to represent the U.S. anytime. Especially at another Olympics, it's a complete honor, and I don't know if this is something that can be predicted, but it's definitely a dream come true.
A question for Paige. Can you talk about your Virginia teammates and what it means for you and them to make the team, particularly Alex and Kate in the 200 IM?
Yeah, I think, they're so great. I think honestly I was way more excited for their race than my own, and just watching them, I was jumping up and down, and I knew that they had something really special in store. I spend every day with them, I train with them. They're really great girls, and we've got so many great teammates backing us up. They're all sobbing because they're just so happy for us, and I think that's really, really special for me just to be a part of that.
All right, for Paige and Katie, I mean, you guys get to be on a pretty special relay and get to, have Allison as your teammate. I mean, she's been on relays with Dana Vollmer, Rebecca Stoney, Missy Franklin, all the way back to Katie Hoff and Natalie Coughlin. Just, you're on this next group. What does that mean to you guys, and how much have you looked up to her over the years?
Here you go. Sure. It's really exciting. I think, if anything, the best way to put it is it's a huge honor, Schmitty's such an amazing leader and cares about everyone just as much as her own swimming and stuff, and I've gotten the opportunity to been able to travel with her a ton and just getting to look up to her, and she's just such a steady, positive energy that is just really amazing to be around, and I feel really honored to be able to swim with her and look up to her in our races and stuff, and lean on her as a really amazing leader and someone who's always has something positive to say with a smile on her face. It's just awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. I never really thought that I would be in this position, especially 4 or 5 years ago. And you know, she's an amazing person. I've looked up to her for a long time, and just like to be on a team with her, period, to be on a relay with her. That's, you know, looking back, if I was, you know, 15 years old, I would like be so happy to hear that, and I'm happy about that today.
For Katie, how did you take the 100 fly the other day and put that behind you, bounce back after a not great race, and come into this event and take care of business? And then also, you've been at international meets, been on this 800 free relay a lot, and you always swim really well on that. So how do you take that towards Tokyo and looking to have a great swim there?
Yeah, for sure. I think coming into the meet, I was kind of like, my intention was like, no matter what happens in the 100 fly, like 2 free the next day. So I really felt confident that I was gonna be like, whatever, you know, like next event up. And I think by the time semifinals of the 2 free came, that's how I felt. But I felt just like after the 100 fly, like not like disappointed, but it just a little heavier than I expected to, you know. I definitely tried my best and am so happy that the girls that made it did. Like, they definitely earned it and deserve it. I'm not the best candidate to do the 100 fly, and I know that. So just kind of, I don't know, I just decided before semis of the 2 free, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try my best out here, and I'm changing it. I'm changing my attitude after that 100 fly. I'm leaving that behind. New meet, day 1. So, yeah, it was definitely, it's been a long 4 days, I would say, but I'm happy to be here right now. But yeah, and I love the 8 free relay. There's just something about stepping up on the blocks, like when you're not representing yourself, but like your team or your country, that is just, it pulls something out of you there. And yeah, it's just always exciting and fun to race, and I don't know, I like swinging into the water instead of doing a start, you know? Yeah, that's all I got.
This is for Allison. First and foremost, thank you for your advocacy when it comes to mental health awareness. It's very appreciated and it's very needed. My question for you is, I saw at the end of the race, or after the medal ceremony, you had a brief embrace with Michael Phelps. And he's obviously been such a great mentor to you. I'm just curious, what advice has he given you, and what's it like for him to be here to watch you?
I mean, that was full of a lot of emotion. It's been quite the journey to get to 2021, I think, for everyone. But he and Nicole and the whole family have been a huge part of that journey, and so to be able to embrace them right afterwards was a very special moment. And Michael is a mentor for me in the pool and out of the pool.
Allison, sort of continuing on that, thank you. Down here, you can't see anybody with a mask on. So you've been very outspoken about mental health and taking the stigma away from that very important issue, and I'm grateful for that, speaking personally. How do you think making your 4th Olympic team is going to either elevate or continue your platform to speak out about that? Or have you thought about that at all?
I haven't thought about that. I know for me personally, successes I have in the pool, those are going to fade. The medals go into your bed, records are going to be broken, but at the end of the day, it's what you can do with that, and I've embraced that platform for me can be used for mental health, and that's what I've chosen to do, and I'm very passionate about mental health, just like I'm passionate about the sport of swimming.
Allison, I believe you were 19 when you made your first Olympic team, and so far of the, I think, 16 people that have either finished 2nd or 6th in your event, half of them are teenagers. So this is going to be a very young team, and I was wondering if there's anything that you learned from that first experience and any advice that you wish, younger Allison might have known.
I was 18.
18.
But, I mean, just having fun with it and watching these reactions, watching the girls make the team, you can just see the pride and joy that they have, not only competing, but knowing that they're going to Tokyo to be Olympians, be a USA Olympian, which is a huge honor. So I'm excited to get to know them throughout these next few weeks, and I'm excited to cheer them on in Tokyo.
Allison, Katie alluded to it a little bit, but this meet can catch you off guard and sometimes feel heavier than you might have expected or lighter than you might have expected. This being your fourth trials, do you feel like you're a little more adapted to that, or do you feel like it still catches you off guard sometimes emotionally?
It's definitely different. It's the same as, for me, I've luckily had all my trials in Omaha, so it's kind of the same every single time, but you're at a different place in your life. You're at a different place mentally, physically, emotionally, so I know that it's just another box of water that we're competing in. All of us love this sport and all of us love competing, that's why we're here, and so I just was enjoying the process. I had no idea what was going to happen at the end, but I'm ecstatic that I'm able to go to Tokyo.
Allison, we were working on, checking this out earlier, we think there are only 4 other U.S. women who have made 4 Olympic teams, and that's Dara, Jenny Thompson, Jill Sturkle, and Amanda Beard. What does it mean to you to be in that very exclusive club?
I appreciate that. I mean, that's the first time I've heard that. So, I mean, those names are, to me, are the top of swimming. So to be even included in those names is a complete honor. I know that there's still more work to do, and we have another job after this trial. So right now I'm just focusing on that and getting ready to represent the U.S. and hopefully bring home medals for the U.S.
All right, Katie, what moment did it really sink in for you that you made this? I mean, obviously, there's a lot of different moments that it could have, but I mean, was it when you looked up on the board? Is it when you got your medal? Is it just, can you take us through when that really sunk in and how much that meant to you, especially after how 2016 went?
Yeah, for sure. I don't know if it fully has, to be honest with you. I feel like I'm riding a whole wave of emotion right now where sometimes it's, I don't know. I think when we rose up from the ground, I was like, oh my, I like welled up a little bit. I was like, okay, we are in this crowd, like, here we go. That was definitely it. Seeing my family, my mom like almost pulled me into the stands, it felt like. She was like grabbing me so hard, but things like that, or seeing my teammates and how excited they are for me, just like that was really special. Of course, seeing Terry and Danny and just, I don't know, all my like people that support me, I think that's like the biggest thing that's kind of helps it set in. Like everyone that comes and like congratulates me, I like almost start crying again. So I don't know if it's fully sunk in, but that was a really not great answer, but there you go.
Katie, kind of to follow up on that, I remember in 2016, you were there when Kathleen made the team in the 100 back, and just how emotional a moment that was.
Yeah.
Now that she's having a tough meet with her injury situation, have you had a chance to see her, and what was that moment like?
Yeah, it kind of almost like mirrored her moment. Like after I got out of the pool, Abby and Feline were like right there, ready to like hug me. Like after I got all my stuff out of my little box, they were like right there. They were like both welled up with tears. It was really special. I think like it's cool to have friends like that when things aren't necessarily going their way, they're still like excited for me, and I really like appreciate that, and shows like what good characters they are, you know, that it's not just self-motivated. They can see like they can be happy for me and still be on their journey, you know. So yeah, I'm really grateful for them, and Feline's got another chance out here, so I believe in her.
Question for Allison. Given the way the last 3 years have gone for you, what should people take away from your story and from you sitting up here tonight?
I mean, I guess age is just a number right now. I think there's a lot of naysayers about me being old. I've heard a lot of things. 2012 was my best, but to be able to come back and have another individual swim in the 200 is a complete honor, and I know that there's more work to do before Tokyo, and I fully believe in my coaches and the training that we have done and are going to continue to do in these next few weeks.
Did you ever believe that your 2012 was as good as it would get?
I didn't believe that my 2012 was my best, but I definitely have, I think all of us, looking at social media and hearing media, start believing things that they say, and I think it's a downfall on society when we start doing that. But I think I've heard a lot of things saying that it has been my best, saying that I washed up all these negative things towards myself. But to have the support that I've had in my close-knit circle that have supported me throughout it all, I know that I'm not here alone, but without them I wouldn't be here. And so I know that this journey is all about all of us together.
Perfect. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.